What's up, everyone? Michael hates this intro, so we're rolling with it.
I
Look
can't
at the
believe you said
disappointment
everyone and
already.
not y'all, though.
What's up, y'all? I keep doing that. Fun fact, Michael let me re-record the intro to the last pod because I suck so bad, so thank you for that. But I forgot the y'all. What's up, y'all?
So,
Happy
Ariel,
Cinco de Mayo.
studs, is studs normally used for women as well? I'm just
I'll
making
take
sure.
it.
Okay. No, I'm good. I don't know.
Michael's already trying to bring me down, and we're like 30
I'm not
seconds
trying
into
to do
this.
anything. I could bring you down if I wanted to. Here, I'll bring you down this way.
Oh.
How about that Heat game last night?
Yeah. Okay, Michael, really?
Yeah.
What about that Heat game last night?
Christian Cardus gets it. He gets it. The C team ain't popping. Just tell me what you thought of last night.
I thought that I would like to memory wipe that one from my brain forever. I thought it was going to be tough, but I actually thought we were going to be able to pull it out. Like, the Mavs are not known for their three-point shooting. We were kind of like on par-ish record-wise. I mean, we were worse, but it wasn't that far a stretch, I felt like, to win, and we failed miserably.
All right, let's go through. I want to see. Who was the leading scorer last night? Who would you say was the leading scorer? Let's see if you remember. Just like quick pop quiz.
I'm gonna cheat.
Okay, well, if you're gonna look it up, it was Duncan,
your boy, and well, actually, it was
Robinson.
Both our men.
Oh,
it was Duncan and Goran.
This jersey? I'm gonna wear this jersey on every Heat stream I'm on until he comes back.
Which probably isn't too many. See your jersey actually until you do that.
I'm not gonna stand up in the middle of the stream.
Okay, but flex a little, Michael.
I'm excited about it. Somebody on Twitter told me I wasted $100 though. So
no, first of all, I think those black jerseys are the Heat's best look. So I feel like you did good.
I'm really proud of it. But yeah, Duncan led last night, 19 points. Tied with Goran, another one of your boys.
That's what I'm saying.
Goran's actually your boy though. Across
no,
the board,
I know. I said both of our boys. I'm not going to take Duncan from you.
I thought your boy was Tyler Hero, though.
Goran first.
Okay, so hierarchy of your boys on the Miami Heat.
Goran, Jimmy, Tyler. Top three. Are we going top three? Because that's it then.
Goran, Jimmy, Tyler?
Wow.
I'm waiting for Ariel to come in here and just destroy you for that Tyler being your number 3. Because I don't think Ariel's a big fan of Tyler. If you've been watching,
but this is not like best players. These are just my boys on the team.
Okay.
Although, wait a second, I don't know. None might have to be my number 3 now.
There he is.
Oh well, okay. See, you're egging people on already, Michael.
And this is true. Goran and Hero before KZ. I mean, come on.
I don't respond to Scorpios in the comments. I'm sorry, Brian. Try again.
We need to have a whole section of you just talking about people's signs. I don't know. Last night's game was just tough all around. I think even if Jimmy had played, that would have been a really tough one to win. Add on to that the fact that no one could stop Tim Hardaway Jr. except for maybe his dad. If he had told him, be nice to one of my old teams.
Here's the thing, right? Like, okay, obviously Jimmy not playing is a huge void to fill. I get that, but it really shouldn't come down to Jimmy. Like, that's just not realistic at this point anymore. Injuries happen. Obviously, he was out with COVID for a while. Like, I think we're far past the point of being like, well, Jimmy was out, so of course it was a loss.
Yeah, but I feel like that Mavericks team is going to be tough to beat. We talked about it with Greg on Monday night. That pod came out on Tuesday. Make sure to check it out. Greg was awesome. Something about the Mavericks, just that organization as a whole. It doesn't even have to be the specific players. Something about that organization just really gets under the Heat's players' skin, and it just doesn't ever feel like it's going our way. I don't know. It was tough to watch, and just the way Tim Hardaway went off, right? He had a Malik Monk kind of game, what I like to call the Michael Jordan random scrub Heat killer kind of game. I don't understand what they can do to fix it. A lot of people were coming out strong yesterday, and Heat Twitter was on fire this morning.
When isn't Heat Twitter on fire? I mean, I have been very blunt about my disdain for Heat Twitter these days. It's just the whole Bam conversation is absurd to me. And here's the thing. I feel like if people just weren't happy with him this season, period, and they stuck to that, fine. I still think it would be a poor take or poor conclusion to reach. But every time we lose, suddenly it's Bam's fault. But then when we're playing well, Bam's the man. And it's just like, pick a side. I can't do this anymore.
I mean, people are going to be up and down on play. That's kind of how it goes. I mean, it's like that in every sport, right? Like
No,
a player
that's
has
how
a
it
bad
goes
game.
for Heat Twitter in this day and age. Heat Twitter didn't used to be like this, and I'm not trying to sound like some old wise owl. There we go. But like, it's just you and your dad jokes, Michael, never cease to amaze.
I just look, you do sound a little old when you start going like, oh, back in my day, Heat Twitter was so much better.
With that voice,
like,
that's what I sound like, yeah.
Well, that's what your get off my lawn voice sounds like when you insult Heat Twitter.
But you know I'm right. Like at this point, I mean, you even commented this morning, and let's go back to your tweet because it was very uncharacteristic of you.
I did take a screenshot of it and put it up.
Well, it's too bad because Mr. Michael over here gave me some props on Twitter this morning saying that Heat Twitter's out of line, which before you were all about it and thought it was so entertaining, and now all of a sudden you feel me.
I still find it entertaining, right? It's still entertaining. I just think to a certain extent, it's like, okay, you can't watch last night's game and go after Bam and be like, oh, Bam doesn't deserve max. You can get after Bam for not being more aggressive. I think that's definitely warranted, and I don't have any problem with people saying that. But you can't say in the same sentence, at least not in my opinion, you can't say Bam's not being aggressive enough, so he doesn't deserve max. Bam isn't scoring
I feel like that
more
narrative
points.
is overplayed at this point. Like, how many times can we comment on Bam's aggressiveness? And I'm not trying to be this person, but I'm going to be this person. He is a Cancer. There's only so aggressive they can be. Oh,
Sure.
Thank you to Noel Leon 1 for the dono.
Read it.
This goes out to Queen Allana. Wow. Hi, Michael. Thank you. We appreciate you.
I'm in it too, though. I'll take it. You know, most people would have just left me out, so I appreciate that.
I'm having a horrible hair day, too, so that makes me feel a little better.
And, okay, Ariel, I don't wish I was Michael Scott. I've talked to you about this before. I don't think The Office is a good show. Maybe eventually we can talk about TV shows on something on the network, but I can't do that with Allana because she doesn't watch TV that's quality.
I watch TV. I just don't like I don't like
that's
movies.
Quality. I said TV that's quality. Did you just say
Real
movies?
Housewives of Beverly Hills is quality show.
You know The Office is a TV show, right?
I know, that's what I'm saying. I said I don't watch movies. I watch TV shows.
Yeah. It's trash TV, though.
It's the best kind of TV.
No, it's garbage. I just look, last night's loss, I think the reason why, so the Heat go off and they win like 3 or 4 in a row, and then everyone's like, oh, they don't need Tyler. Oh, this team is great. They start talking about possibly re-signing people in the future and everything's great, and they do one loss, and it's like everything's on fire. It's the end of the world. Now, to a certain extent, it does really matter considering how late in the season this is and how many games the Heat have let slip through their fingertips. So I want to transition into what the Heat are facing now. That play-in tournament.
Stupidity.
Let's argue about this in comments. I want to know what you guys think about the play-in tournament. Genuinely, I don't care if you guys agree with me or Allana. I just want to know what people think. We will give our takes now, but then I want to know what you guys think as well. But Allana, I'll let you go first.
Listen, and I'm not saying this just because of the situation we're in. And I think, Michael, you can attest to this. I've been pretty consistent in my takes. I think the play-in is dumb. I don't understand why we're suddenly doing this. I could have maybe understood if this was kind of like a COVID protocol thing or if it was only because of a shortened season. But apparently they want to continue on with this. Now, I'm sure that's subject to change if it doesn't go well. And, maybe they'll turn it around another few years from now. But I just don't get the point. If something ain't fixed. If something ain't broke, don't fix it. I can't speak tonight. So I just don't understand why we're doing this. Here's my problem with it. I think that having your entire season come down to one night is asinine. I feel like if one player goes out or if just everyone across the board is just not having a great show out, to throw away your entire season because of that, to me, it's not fair.
I actually have, and for those of you that don't know, I actually have a live reaction. A live reaction cut to Allana when she found out about the play-in, and specifically when she found out that the Heat were actually going to be in the play-in. At least that's where it's headed right now. So we cut live to Allana. Stupid. That was exactly how she reacted. And if you notice, they look very similar, those two. So
tonight we kind of do with this hair going on.
Look, here's my thing with the play-in, and actually I wanted to get to some of the comments, so let's get to that. So is that the first one? Yeah. Errol says, I like it in a vacuum. Your favorite word. I like it in a vacuum. I think it should just be for the 8th seed, though. Why does the 7th seed have to play for the right to make the playoffs? It's a good point. Ricky says every major North American league, I believe, has some sort of wild card round for fringe playoff teams. This isn't a terribly new concept in North American professional sports. That is true. I know baseball just started that up. Football makes the lower seeds play before they can move on.
So we should just be like every other league. That's your argument, Ricky? That doesn't make any sense
No,
to me. The NBA is elite for a reason.
Okay, and this is what I will say. I don't have a problem with the plan because that's usually 1 to 2 games that separates the 7 and the 9 or the 7 and the 8 seed, right? That's 1 to 2 games that might have just slipped for some unknown reason. Might have been a bad call by a ref. It might have been that your player was out with COVID, especially in a year like this one.
But now you're going to have the same situation.
You are going to have the same situation. But what's the difference between that team having that situation maybe happen in this one game or happening in the first 2 games of the series that they're in?
I just don't like setting the stage this way. I think it's like, listen, there was that one year when Wade joined the Bulls and the Heat missed the playoffs by, I think, a game. Why what? Why am I bringing this up? Because it's a good example. Where was Wade? Listen, Wade was in Chicago with
stupid.
Wade was in Chicago with me, okay, in a park that I won't name just in case he ever comes back, and I need that information myself. But we missed it by a game, okay? And it happened and it sucked, but life went on. Things will happen. Why do we now have to set a stage for it to happen? It's going to happen to someone now, and everyone is going to be watching. It's just, here's the thing. It just mimics college basketball a little too much for me. There's a reason that I don't really watch college basketball, despite working in that industry for over 10 years.
Well, you're never going back now.
Well, listen, I don't like it. I don't see the point. I know we talked about this on our pod. I agree with LeBron. I know he flip-flopped a little bit, but I have been pretty set in my take on this.
The expert gets it. Christian Cardus gets it. Allana, I don't think you get it. Look, this is why I'm okay with it. And this is the one place where I'll give a caveat to that it shouldn't happen, right? And I'm going to give this credit to Vishnu Paras. I'm really hoping I'm getting the name right. Parasuraman, right? He does some stuff for 5 Reasons on the Canes football side. Someone retweeted my tweet about being pro play-in, and they were like, oh, the Lakers and the Heat shouldn't have to be in the play-in. And I'm like, why? And they said, well, they played in the finals. They had a shorter time frame between, the finals and the start of the season. And I was like, that's a horribly slippery slope to go down, where it's like defending champions get some sort of bonus for the next season. So I'm not with that. The one thing I will say that Vishnu came up with that I'm very for is if the 7 seed is ahead of the 9 or 10 seed by a good margin, you're talking about 4 or 5 games. At that point, I'm fine not doing the play-in. Right, you've built enough of that kind of barrier,
and that's where my problem lies too. Where if it's they're even 3.5 games behind, then I don't think it's fair. But to your point, if that was the cutoff, where do you draw the line? Does the league stop at 2 games behind, 2.5, 3? Either way you go, it is a slippery slope. And I just think that the format worked for so long for a reason.
I agree with you that it worked. And I've always thought this. I don't have a problem with playoff basketball. I think playoff basketball is great. That first round, I don't think needs to be 7 games, if I can be honest. It's just, how often does a 1 or a 2 seed fall? And it's happened. I'm not saying it doesn't, but how often it happens just, doesn't make sense. I'd be fine with the first round being 5, best of 5, and then going on after that. I think if they're going to do the play-in, then do the first round best of 5. Right? Kind of give everybody a little bit of a break too. My thing with the play-in is it makes regular season more important. You get down to the end of it and players are actually fighting for it as opposed to just tanking a lot earlier in the season. And I think this is also partially to kind of fight against tanking for those top picks, right? If you're on that 11-10 fringe area in the middle of the season, you're not going to just give up and back out. You're going to say, well, we might be able to get in through the play-in. So I'm with it. I was for it. You're against it. Looks like the comments are pretty split though.
Would you be for it in a regular season? Say COVID never happened?
Yeah, I would be fine with it in a normal season. Absolutely. So hold on. Sub says, Michael, imagine they had versus Philly first round going to 7. The thing is, I don't mind the first round being 7 games because I want to watch as much basketball as possible. Once summer hits, I'm devastated, so I'll take it. And this is true too. Ariel makes a good point. Like if they eliminate 2 games, I mean, you're talking about a lot of money for the NBA.
That's the
Granted,
other side of it too.
I still stand by. Usually those 2 games aren't even played in most of those like 1 versus 7, 2 versus 8 series. But you still have the 4-5, you still have the 3-6. So it makes sense. I'm just for the plan. I want to see how it plays out this year. If we get some crazy upsets and then the 10 seed goes on to the first round and gets swept immediately, then you're probably just making the problem worse. I just think with a conference like the West, where it's incredibly competitive and you can have a 9 seed with a winning record that doesn't make the playoffs, I'm for it, right? You got to give them a shot. So let's see how it goes for this season. That's about all we had for play-in.
Let's just hope we're not in the play-in. That's all I can say right now, because I don't know if we're going to make it out alive.
Yo, we got some dead men stands. Dead stands? I don't like dead stands. That sounds kind of...
Yeah, that doesn't day job.
All right, what's our next segment? You can take us into it.
That's a great question, indeed. Well, okay. Here's what we're gonna do. I prepared some questions for you.
Okay. We're both answering, though.
Both answering, but I prepared the questions tonight. It's a this or that speed round. Are you ready? These are both heat related and non-heat related. I thought I would switch it up a bit.
So then, I answer, you answer, then the next question, or I go straight 10. Ooh, twisted guy.
No, we can both answer.
I like dead heads, dead people. Ooh, or the dead men.
Dead people.
Ooh.
We're gonna take a pass on that. All right, first question.
Oh wait, time out. Sorry, Tio. I gotta give a shout out to Cap for Life. Cap is on like all the dolphin stuff I do, like all the time. He always comes in like super excited. He's usually Robin Hollywood.
Call you Mike? Is that something new I can start up?
No, I think he does it sometimes.
Michael really wants me to have a nickname for him, and the best that I can do is Mr. Michael. So I think we're still searching.
You should tell the chat how creative you are. What you told me, because they're gonna blame me for this if I say it. So please tell the chat how creative you are.
I am not a creative human being. I have been transparent about this. Mr. Michael just rolls off the tongue very well. I don't know.
I don't know. All right, let's go with the question.
Game, yes, all right. Would you rather have dinner with Big Baby or Grayson Allen?
Big Baby, to watch him cry.
I'm going Grayson Allen because I think Big Baby is my most hated NBA player of life. But I would probably fake sick in the middle of dinner. So, would you rather own Vice Versa gear or Sunset Vice gear?
I don't remember which one the Sunset Vice was.
Pink.
Oh, Vice Versa. I wasn't a huge fan of the pink.
Me too.
Yeah, I'd rather go Vice Versa.
I like certain shades of pink, but that one was not it. Okay, would you rather the Heat re-sign Dion or Hassan?
Hassan. I just think Hassan could do a little bit more. He's a horrible headache, but at least on the floor, he's not.
I'm going with Hassan too. Dion, I wish panned out better, but all right, date Kim or Kylie?
Kylie, because she's younger.
And because she's a Leo.
I take it back, Kim. We're going full on Kim. Also, I feel like the comments don't know. Maybe the comments know who we're talking about, but
okay, Kim Kardashian, Kylie Jenner, for anyone who's confused. Although if you're confused, you're living under a rock. I'm going Kim too. I love her. Would you rather be on JJ Reddick or Duncan's podcast?
Oh, Duncan. I love Duncan. He's my boy. Yeah.
Yeah, I know you love him, but JJ's like a staple, like a house name at this point.
That's no shot at JJ Reddick, but JJ Reddick doesn't wear Miami Heat colors, so I'm going with Duncan.
He doesn't tickle your fancy in the same way. I'm going with JJ Reddick.
Let's not. From one man to another, I don't want anybody tickling my fancy. That's not what I'm doing. Wait, just it says Mr. Magic Michael. I got the Photoshop ready. Listen, I was fine with it because it made me Channing Tatum, so I win that argument against Royal.
I would rather not have that be seen by anyone ever again.
It should be twisted. I'll make sure to have it ready to go here on our.
It's gonna be all up on Twitter now. Would you rather have
appreciate the donut twisted
or mint chocolate chip ice cream?
Bubblegum or mint chocolate chip ice cream? Can I say I'm lactose intolerant if those are my only two options?
That was gonna be my out. Okay, so you don't like either. That's the right answer here because that's disgusting.
Mint is a breath freshener. I can't stand it in desserts. Mm-hmm. Bubblegum is way too sweet.
Okay, good. Well, that was the right answer. I tricked you a little bit there. Would you rather drive a minivan or a smart car?
Minivan.
Really?
Listen, people be sleeping on minivans. They're convenient as hell. They usually have like USB ports for every single seat. You're talking about a lot of room for like equipment and people. Listen, I'm with that minivan life.
Nope. Smart car. I would get rid of it in a hurry, but a smart car. Ooh, a
Oh,
fire sign. No, Noel Leon 1. I'm a Sagittarius. Hope you like them. Let's hope maybe. Yeah, I like fire signs, so you're in. Thank you so much for the dono.
appreciate you, Noel.
Would you rather have a spa day with Dwayne Wade or Tyler Hero? They both like grooming.
Dwayne Wade.
Okay.
I need to say your answer.
No, I would go Dwayne Wade for sure.
Okay. I feel like that's not even a question.
Yeah, for you, I should have picked someone else. It's just that Tyler seems like the type that he would do a spa day.
Okay, wait. How about let's do this one? Let's take that same question. Let's go outside of Heat. Let's go. Ooh, I got one for you. Mo Harkless or Tyler Hero?
Mo Harkless.
What? But the eyes.
But Mo Harkless. You had to bring that up still, didn't you? You couldn't, like, for one.
The people started forgetting about Molana, and I don't want to let her die.
All right, last but not least, would you rather do karaoke to country music or rap?
Rap, 100%.
Really? That is not what I thought you'd
No,
choose.
I hate country.
You hate, yeah, but could you, like, rap? Because I don't think I can see
I probably
that.
couldn't get the voice right, like the pitch and everything, but I can do
about it right.
I could do it.
You could rap? Let's hear a little something, Michael.
I'm not rapping right now.
Okay, if y'all want to see Michael rap, just keep blowing up.
Here, I got it. We get a $50 dono. I'll rap something.
Guys, no.
And it would have to be pre-recorded. I can't just do it live. I need the
your money together. Venmo one another after. This can be cheap for all of you.
Nope, and it would be recorded and I'd put it up on Twitter later. It's not happening.
Would you actually do it though?
Sure, but I get to pick the song.
Okay, guys, I'm $50 amongst like 10 of you.
And it has to be done in the next 5 seconds. There we go.
No, you're adding way too many rules here, Michael.
I think they'd rather hear you rap.
I would 100% pick rap. Are you kidding? Me and Cardi, like the same person.
No. Definitely not. How much for you to rap? How much do you have to donate for you to rap, right?
I would never do that unless I was out slightly intoxicated.
Chicken. What the heck? Come on. Give the people
We're just
what
trying
they
to get
want.
out of it because you know the comments are going to do it.
The comments are asking for it right now.
Yeah, Ice Ice Baby Michael. I love that.
Is that my new nickname? Ice Ice Baby Michael?
It's still just Mr. Michael.
Oh, man. We really went off the rest. Ooh. It's time for some Zoolander. Right? It's time for Style Corner.
All right. Listen, for anyone who doesn't know, Michael does not really understand the ins and outs of street style yet, but we're working on it here. So tonight's topic is matching sets. Michael, before we even get into this, do you know what a matching set is? There's several types.
The top matches the bottom?
Yes, correct. But have you witnessed this out in the wilds? Have you seen this for yourself?
So am I catching Pokemon? Am I like standing in tall grass and that's how I'm seeing it out in the wild? Or are you just talking about in public? I don't normally notice what other people wear in public. That's not something I'm really looking out for. Are your eyes just like constantly looking around like matching set? Ooh, that looks good.
Listen, I do like a matching set on both men and women. Obviously, they look a little bit different, but I am a fan. Do you have any preconceived notions of them before we get into this? Like, what are your thoughts?
I mean, I've seen NBA players, so I know. Question. Okay, here we go. It's not a jumper. What's that thing? The onesie for men.
A romper? But they had a name for a man.
Does that count as a matching set?
No, because that's just one entire piece. I like rompers for women. I did not like were they calling it a man romper? There was a word for it, right?
I don't think they called it a momper.
No, I hope not. I was not behind. I mean, listen, to each their own. I can pass.
We'll start putting some of them up and I have them. Where are they?
I picked some of the top ones.
Okay. So we'll go CP3 first. Ready?
Okay. I'm ready. Are you? All right. So what are your thoughts on this? Because honestly, this is like A+++ in my opinion.
So is that just like halfway between? So the top looks like robe material. You know what I'm talking about?
It doesn't look like terry cloth.
I didn't know what terry cloth was. I was
all
unaware
sorts
of that.
Education for you tonight.
Okay. I hope the comments are learning something too, because I mean, it looks fine. I'm not gonna lie, this is fine. I have no problem with this. I think the white on the pink looks good. The pink isn't like a too bubblegummy pink.
It's not
I
like
don't know how to describe it.
Pepto-Bismol, yes.
But the material on the top looks very suspicious, but the pants look like normal pants. Like those
Would
don't
you
look like
wear
they're made out of
this?
any weird material. Sure. Yeah, I'd wear that. I don't think I'd pay for it because it probably costs over like several
In that
thousand.
color, though?
Sure, I don't think I'd look good, but I'd wear it.
Okay. All right, so what's your grade here?
Oh, I'm grading it? Okay, I'll give my grade, the layman grade. Let's go with a...
Okay.
No, sorry. I was about to say it. I'm going to go with a B+. I'm going to go with B+ on this one.
Okay.
What's yours? You have to actually...
I'm saying A+++. This is like...
Wow. Okay. Ooh. Here's everyone's favorite Heat player. Wait, what did the comments say? Because I can't see the comments from you. You're going to have to read them out to me because...
Well, Ricky wants to bring back male rompers, which is seriously concerning. Team uniforms are matching sets. That's a good point.
Well, yeah, but that doesn't count. They have to wear it.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it counts in a sense.
It is. All right, ready for the next one? Everyone's favorite Heat player. Kanan.
Here's my thing. I want this for myself. Like, I actually have started to try and go find that because that entire outfit I would literally wear, like, to fucking death.
But this doesn't feel very like out there at all fashion-wise. This just looks like a
no, but it's very 90s because you got the windbreaker on the top and you got the matching set. The only thing, I don't like mixing brands, and his shoes are probably Puma because he's signed by Puma. But otherwise, I love this.
You can see the little Puma logo on the tongue.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how I feel about the blue on the shoes, but no, I don't have a problem with. This one to me is like no effort. It looks like it was just like the Heat sweatpants that they give out to everybody. Like,
but the windbreaker material makes it very 90s.
Hey, the windbreaker is fantastic. I can't hate on this, but I think CP3 put more effort into his, so I'm gonna give this one a B- because this seems very like I would wear this at home all day. It kind of feels like
this gets an A+. I love them, but it's mostly because I want it for myself.
So are your grades a little skewed? They feel...
Well, keep in mind I picked the images, so I like all of these. But
okay. All right. Go figure. Ooh, let's go with this one. You see, this is a romper.
No, it's a two-piece.
Oh, it looks like a romper. I don't see the break from the shirt.
The best part to me are his sneakers in this photo. I'm not going to lie. That's like what caught my eye here. But then I was like, let's just do a matching set theme. So thoughts on this one? Because it's a little out there.
Ooh, the mask. Probably should have gone with a black mask or something that probably, matches with one of the other. Why do you have to carry the other shoes in, right?
Like, because it's PJ Tucker. He flexes his sneaker game.
But somebody could have carried those in for you, bro. Like, now you got this whole other color coming in.
If he needs a personal sneaker assistant, not saying I'm available, but I'm available.
You make no sense to me, but I will laugh the day you work for PJ Tucker. I'm going C+ on this one because the mask doesn't match. And the other shoes, somebody could have carried those. That color throws me off.
I'm giving it like maybe a B+ just because I really like his sneakers that he's wearing, but this isn't my favorite.
Now we go to one that pains me to put up. I won't say what I called the picture, but it was not nice words to this bum.
Well, I mean, listen, Leos are bold. We're known for pushing the limits. In case anyone can't tell, this is Kyle Kuzma.
We should have invited
you don't
Brian.
Like this, then.
We should have invited Brian just so that every time you said something astrology-wise, it would be like, shh, shush. How do I feel about this?
It's cute that you think someone can shut me up.
How do I feel like this? Awful. Just terrible. Look,
is it the print? Is it the open shirt? Is it the man purse?
It's a lot of things. It's a lot of things, right? Remember the Tyler Hero thing we talked about on episode 2?
The great sheer shirt?
You remember what I didn't like about the sheer top?
So Michael has a problem with nipples.
Wait a minute.
That's what I'm getting here.
Michael
didn't like that you could see Tyler
that I have
nipples.
A problem with nipples. I'm just like, I don't need to see them, right? That's not something I'm here for.
Okay,
right?
But maybe he's showing off his ink.
Okay, that's fine. Go show it off at the beach, right? If he's at the beach like this, like you're walking into an NBA game, bro, and he just like swung that open a little bit.
Situational.
I mean, if you're at the beach, I'm not gonna have a problem with you wearing swim trunks and not a shirt, right? But like, geez, look, I can't get with this.
I do want to just say there's a funny comment. He looks like the airline lost his baggage and he was stuck picking something up from the gift shop. That's not okay. Listen, I don't love this, but I will give him credit. I think he's always really out there with his fashion, and it kind of fits his personality. So even though I would give this like a C minus, I do like that he tried.
I'm gonna give it a straight up F.
I figured.
And a lot of that grade is skewed by the fact that I hate Kyle Kuzma. Just
what do you think about the bag, though?
Even worse.
The bag is the problem because he's carrying a bag, or because of the bag itself?
You know what? It's because I didn't know anything about his personality, but now that his bag says he's sincere, I really believe it. Like, thanks, Kyle. No, get out of here. Why did I even put this up? Trash.
Can I ask you why you don't like him? We've never really like delved into this.
Because he exploded onto the scene in that summer league, right? And everybody was really hype on him, and cool. I'm happy for him. Go do what you got to do. Get excited, get ready. And then I was a fan of Lonzo's. I'm not going to lie. I think Lonzo's a good player. I think they gave Lonzo too much crap in LA, and then they gave Kyle none. And then Kyle Kuzma was just able to get away with anything, even though, in my opinion, I don't think he's a great player.
People set him up. That's his fault.
No, and then he kind of leaned into it too, and he was like, he started thinking, "Oh, I'm such a great player, like I'm the best." It's like, bro, you kind of suck, dude. Like nobody else would have really wanted you, and now he's playing with LeBron, and I like the fact that he has a ring sickens me. Like, gross. Why do you like him so much, other than the fact that he's a Leo?
I don't like him so much. I just think that the hate being put on him is because of the hype he received. And I feel like that's the actual same problem with Tyler Hero currently. I feel like if he wasn't trying to fulfill some expectations that Heat Twitter put upon him themselves, people wouldn't be so butthurt and wouldn't be so up in arms about his season. But I don't know. I just think that, like, yeah, is Kuz the greatest player? No. Has he really lived up to his potential? Probably not, but I just don't think he deserves the hate he's getting.
I think at this point, people are starting to hate him. I want to say I hated him way before that, but...
So you set the tone for hating Kyle Kuzma. That's your claim to fame.
No, I don't have enough followers on Twitter to set a tone for basically anything, but
Not yet, guys. Go get Michael some followers. It's
why are you making me sound like I'm
him
begging
and Ariel have
followers?
some weird like competition now going.
We definitely don't, and Ariel definitely already passed me. Like, now you're making me sound petty.
Ariel, don't you want some more competition? I don't know.
Move on to the next segment. You're killing me. All right, we have a question coming in from Michael 5RSN, and he asked, here's a question. How lucky do you feel getting to do a podcast with such a great co-host? I can answer this one first.
I'm the luckiest.
I don't know. I wouldn't call her the greatest co-host, right? I'd call her maybe the Kyle Kuzma of co-host. Right? Like maybe the sincere bag. Like, I don't know. No, I'm just kidding. I really do enjoy doing this show with you. It's a lot of fun. I'm glad we came up with this idea. I was just messing. What was your answer though?
I said I'm the luckiest. I took the nice route. It's because my Pisces, my moon is in Pisces, but you wouldn't know anything about that because you're a triple Virg.
Let me see. Wait. Coach Miller says Kuz became very overrated after that first season. Hell, the Lakers want to keep Kuz over BI. That was always nice to me. They kept him over BI and Lonzo Ball, two players that really could have helped out that. I understand Brandon Ingram, just because Brandon Ingram was always going to have to be part of trade packages for AD. It was really down between Lonzo and Kyle Kuzma, and I mean, I think Lonzo would have fit with that team a lot better.
So
they were looking for a point guard after.
Behalf.
No, a step closer to joining the Heat. I'm fine with it. I hope he does someday. That would be fantastic. All right, we have an actual question one. This one's from Heat Expert, who I saw was watching. So what player all time after UD, of course, is the best personification of Heat culture? We'll answer that one first. Allana?
Dwayne Wade.
¿Por qué?
I mean, listen, Dwayne Wade and Miami Heat are synonymous. They're one and the same. To be honest with you, and I know this is going to sound crazy, there are still moments like right before a game where I'm almost expecting him, like even just being on the bench. Like it's kind of a weird feeling still. I don't feel like enough time has passed without him. But I mean, for me, Dwayne Wade, UD, those are like the OGs.
Another dono from Noel, and this one's absolutely addressed to you, so I'll let you read it.
Noel Leon 1, again, off topic, but Allana, I know you have to be professional. What are the odds you give me a tour of Chicago one day? Listen, Chicago's a great city. I'll show it off. Thank you for the dono.
It's cool. It's cloudy really often.
It's sunny out today, though. That's why I'm so washed in this video.
I was there. I was in Chicago, 2 years ago? 2
years
ago.
You didn't say hi to me? How rude.
I was there to play Pokemon actually, and I will not shy away from that. That was a big Pokemon event happening
I
at the park
remember
with the
all of
bean.
that. Yep, the
Yeah.
traffic was insane, and I was cursing each and every one of you because I was in a hurry, stuck
That
in
was
the
a great
craziest
time.
traffic.
So many people wearing Pikachu shirts. I loved it. My player that personifies Heat culture, I got to go with Alonso. Just because I feel like it all really started with Alonso. Obviously, Pat Riley, more so. But in terms of players, like you can't take that away from Alonso Mourning. And it's funny because Greg brought that up yesterday in terms of like his favorite like culture moment. It was Alonso in that 2006 NBA Finals. That was before you even became a Heat fan.
This is true. I'm not going to lie.
Sad. And Heat Expert had a second question. Who on Heat Twitter has the most culture after Greg Sylvander?
Ooh. Can I
That's
go
a
with
tough one.
myself? I'm going with myself. I know that's like such a cringeworthy thing. I don't know. I got some culture. I got some here's why I'm going with myself. To be frank, the reason that I've stuck around, because I'm in Chicago. Okay, I could have been a Bulls fan. The culture is what draws me into this team time and time again. So, going with myself.
Here's my response to you picking yourself as the second most for Heat culture.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
You know what I hate? That you had that queued up for some point in this episode, because we didn't go over these beforehand. So you knew you would disagree with like something I said so much that you had that ready to go.
Listen, that is honestly one of my favorite movie quotes of all time. I have no idea how they just like randomly came up with that, but it was amazing. Christian Carduce with the dono. If Heat culture was an anime, Jimmy the MC backstory. I'm trying. Wait. I appreciate the donut. I'm trying to understand this.
I don't even know what this means, but thank you for the donut.
I watch anime, so this should be for me, but I don't know why my brain isn't getting it. Jimmy the MC backstory.
Michael's a fake anime watcher. Spread the narrative.
I definitely skipped doing a stream last Wednesday to watch an anime movie. Don't at me. What was the question?
Yeah.
Second?
Your answer is me too. I know. It's fine.
Oh, main character. Okay. Thank goodness. Thank you, Christian Carduce and Twisted Tapioca. I don't talk anime often online. I just talk it with my friends, and so we don't do that online on Reddit or anything. That's a tough one. I don't think I can come up with a second. Oh, it has to be someone. I mean, okay. I'll go with somebody that's personifying like current Heat fan culture, right? Which is the way the fans actually do things. And I am going to go, oh my goodness, I forgot his name. We had him on Clutch Corner multiple times. I'm the worst.
This is how much
he got banned. He got banned off of
Chef
Twitter. Chef Trilly. He really gets.
You can't go with someone
Twitter.
whose name you can't even remember.
I just, I was thinking about the anime thing. I feel like it has to be Chef Trilly for right now.
Fine.
In terms of like people on Twitter and everything. All right, what else do we got? Let's see. Question 3. This one's from Philly Heat NBA or Dr. Struce, the creator of the pool party chat. As we prepare for ankle season, how do we feel about sandals not at the beach? Rainbows, flip-flops, socks. Break it down for the people. Ooh, the socks part matters.
So I don't mind socks with slides if you're like leaving the gym or if you're like getting in the car quickly to grab Starbucks and go home. But it has to be slides. It cannot be flip-flops. And I'm not a fan of flip-flops. Like, let's just leave that behind. I'm just not.
So then what are your thoughts on sandals in public? And Christian, yeah, you can send a question. You can just put it in here. You've paid enough money by now that we'll just answer it anyways. Technically, that was your question, actually.
Money gets you anything you want.
No, I'm just kidding. We'll get to your question. You donated enough. Yeah, what do you think about sandals in public? Like Birkenstocks and stuff like that. I know technically they're not sandals, but I put it in the same category.
It depends what kind of sandal. Like sandals in general, especially on like girls, are fine depending on. I'm not a Birkenstock girl though.
But what about on guys? We're talking about on guys.
If they're slides, I'm fine with them, but no, not otherwise.
Please help Ariel here, please.
Is this a Canada thing, Ariel? Is that what's happening here?
When is the weather? They have 2 days a year they can put on this kind of
So
outfit.
do we, to be fair.
What? Oh, Chicago?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, your weather kind of sucks. Noel with another dono. This one actually has my name in it. Can't ignore the GOAT. Michael, what's up, brother? Let's keep telling Kai that you will always run Florida. Good video. Sup, Allana, JK. Noel, we actually have a stream later tonight for Extra Yard, so I will be on here for a much longer time than anticipated. So appreciate it, Noel. Please make sure to check us out on Extra Yard. Not asking for the donos, just, come chat with us. What were we talking about? Sandals in public? I don't wear sandals in public. I'm not comfortable with it.
Really? Do you just have really ugly feet?
I don't think so, but I don't think I've ever looked at my feet
need
and
to
thought,
get you a pedicure. Do someone give Michael some pedicure money? We need to fix him up for the summer.
Don't think I've ever looked at my feet and been like hot or not, right? Like that's not something.
So you just wear sneakers like always in the summer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, unless if I'm going somewhere and I'm not getting out of my car, I'll wear sandals from like the door to the car.
Right, but that's how I feel about like slides and socks in particular. But slides without socks, I'm down for anytime.
Yeah. Okay, so this one's from Coach Miller. I'm not a Heat fan.
By the way, shout out to Coach Miller, who I have known for so long now and actually used to be on his pod, which I think he's bringing back. So if so, you know where to find me.
Promo it. Wait a minute. What do you mean by you know where to find me?
Just as a guess.
Okay, I was about to say, like, your name comes up first on everything. No one's gonna listen.
I would never.
No one's gonna listen to Feel the Heat with Michael Christian. Like, they're just not. Let's be frank about it. Coach Miller asks, I'm not a Heat fan, so I had to think about this. Most on here know I think Spo is one of the top 3 coaches in the association. I'm curious as to where y'all rank him among the other 29 coaches. Ooh, I'll take this one first. To me right now, Spo, I'm really thinking around the league. I mean, Spo has to be at worst top 3. Exactly who would go ahead of him, it's kind of up in the air sometimes. I think Greg Popovich deserves his flowers, but he hasn't really. I mean, the Spurs haven't been great. I don't know how much of that I can blame on Popovich and just the team. But I think at worst, top 3, he needs his respect. I would probably even have him 2 behind who I can't think of right now. But yeah, that's probably where I'd keep him at.
Yeah, I was going to say top 3 too. And I know this is a wishy-washy answer, but I think it kind of depends on like the season. And listen, I've been really critical about him and his rotations, especially this year. I think he's made a good amount of mistakes. And honestly, I can't really think of another time where I think I've called out like Spo as much as this season. But I still think he's elite.
Twisted telling me to fix them toes. Listen, man, I think my toes are fine. Do you guys want me to put up foot pictures? Is that what I have to do now? Do I need to put up pictures of my feet? Is that what the people are asking?
Absolutely not. He's you're like 1/30th of a way to a pedicure, but we're getting there.
I think like other coaches, like the only reason why I'm not putting Spoelstra number 1 is purely because this season hasn't gone great, and I understand there's a lot of other things to blame before you even get to Spoelstra. But in my opinion, I do think Spoelstra deserves part of it. Like you said, those rotations at times, the playing time. You've got example Kendrick Nunn, right? Who we've bagged on, we praised. It's been back and forth. Kendrick Nunn is a pretty good player, and why he wasn't getting more playing time. I have not been back and forth.
I would like to interject. In fact,
I'm gonna move on to the next question. I don't like the way you just hijacked that. It's rude. And you can read the next question when I put it up.
Kevin also shout out. I have known him for a hot second too. He's a Bulls fan, but. Is Heat culture a better fit for the bubble-like environment? Why aren't they winning more this year? Did the closing of adult establishments in Miami at the beginning of the season affect the Heat's home court advantage as opponents were unable to enjoy the local nightlife? Fun fact, this was followed up with a text message to me about none other than James Harden. But I'll let you go first.
So with that first part, I think it's probably the one that people want to hear about the most, right? Like, is culture the best fit for the bubble? I think culture does very well in the bubble. I don't think that's so much of what it was. I think a lot of the bubble and the success was tied to having young players on the team that didn't have those distractions, whether it was Tyler or Duncan or Bam playing at those right levels, right? Like that late into the playoffs for the first time, not having anything else to worry about and just focusing on basketball. I think that was a much bigger part of it. And then you see them coming back this year where that outside noise is kind of getting to them a little bit more and more. So I think that was more of it. And to me, that's not really culture. That's just kind of the age of this team. But I don't know how you feel about that.
I agree to a certain extent, but I just think in general, like Miami Heat basketball is kind of meant to be all or nothing. And I think because the bubble was exactly that, they just thrived in that environment. And, you know, at the end of the day, because of the way the bubble was structured, COVID protocols, not really a thing. That was less of a concern. And, you know, I also think that traveling hits everyone a little bit differently. So I definitely think they were made to be in the bubble, but that's not an excuse for why we're not doing well. As for the second part of the question, I don't know if I believe that that has anything to do with how our opponents are playing. It's an interesting thing to bring up. And like, he literally sent me, there was some study about James Harden going to different strip clubs in each city and how he played, which the fact that someone took the time to do that is pretty impressive, but I don't know if I believe that.
Yeah, I don't. A lot of people talk about it with like, oh, the Miami advantage. I don't really know how much of it is true. I think a lot of it is just they do well at home. I don't think the Heat do well at home because other players are self-sabotaging by staying out till like 3 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
And don't they usually have curfews for those kind of things, right?
I'm
for
sorry,
the teams,
do people follow rules, Michael?
I'd like to think most of the team
Michael's
does,
a
with the
rule
exception
follower.
of timeout.
It's okay. That's
Okay.
all, Michael.
All right, let's
Mr.
not
Michael.
breaking rules. Like if it's some cool thing.
How cute.
I'll have to kick you off the stream if but then half our viewership would probably go with you. So I don't think the home court advantage is so much the clubs thing. I think that he just play well at home and fans bring good energy outside of the couple thousand that are late because they have enough money to have season tickets and they're like, oh, I'll go to the next one. I don't know how you feel about that. I guess you're in Chicago. You wouldn't even know.
Chicago fans show up even when we suck. It's actually crazy. We're packed at all times. And because of that, they can inflate ticket prices like crazy, even though they don't deserve to.
The thing is, I'd argue Miami Heat fans do too. The Miami Heat fans that are late are usually the ones that have enough money to go to all of the games. And so they're like, hey, if I miss the first quarter, it's no big deal. And I'll leave halfway through the fourth to miss traffic.
That
right?
I can't understand. I don't miss
the
games
300
ever.
and 400 sections.
It's
they are
packed,
there
yeah.
early and they're loud, right? That's where I used to sit. I didn't have enough money to sit in the 100 section for Heat games. Let's see. And last ones are from Ricky. So Ricky, let's talk to Ricky. Ricky, you sent in a ton of questions. We're going to answer the first two. And we're going to try to like ration the other ones for like either other pods or
but
the
now
streams.
we have content, so thank you.
We do not have time for 20 questions on here. We are 47 minutes in. So let's answer these two. These were the two you picked? The ones that had nothing to do with basketball? Okay. You get to answer them then. You've accidentally eaten radioactive strawberries that give you each 3 superpowers of your choice. Which 3 would you have and why?
I would want to teleport. That's like always my thing. Like if I could just travel by teleportation and not have to actually go through like the mess of traveling, 100%. I would love to be invisible because like think about all the situations you could be like, you could witness without people knowing you're there. I would love that. And the third,
you really just opened up the floodgates for that one, didn't you?
I mean, yeah. Is eating without gaining weight a superpower? Because that would totally be mine. Here, I would never want to read minds, and I don't know why people think that like that would be a cool. I don't know. I don't want to know what any of you were thinking ever.
Yeah, way to go. You wanted to be invisible and to not read people's minds. You've literally just set everybody off. And Christian, you called me out for only picking up stuff that only like picks my side, but you're right. Allana, that's hella creepy.
At least spell my name right if you're going to insult me. I'm just saying.
2 L's. A fast metabolism isn't a superpower. However, you could go with something like the Flash because the Flash burns a ton of calories.
I like that.
Right? So you can go with something like that.
Okay.
For me, I'd feel like I'm just going to go full Spider-Man, right? Give me the spider sense because that seems super important. Give me the like spider strength where it's like the ratio thing, whatever it is he has. And then my last one is going to be super speed. So give me this. Give me Spider-Man with the Flash. What, super speed?
Yeah.
I can phase through walls, which would be dope.
Okay.
I could get from here to London probably in like 30 seconds.
But I feel like teleportation, like I don't want it to take a long time either.
Yeah, but then I teleport somewhere and then like, what are the limits on that? You see, you're not nerdy enough to kind of get through all of this, right? So like, how long after I teleport can I teleport again, right? Because what if you accidentally teleport right in front of a bullet?
Oh,
Can I
there's
switch again, or is there
limits?
like a cooldown?
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
I mean, there isn't always, but these are the kind of things you have to talk about.
Okay.
Right. So if we wanted to lean into this radioactive strawberry, you really got to think this through. And I don't think you did. So we'll just go on to his second part of the question. And Emir, I don't think I'm pronouncing that right, and I will not lie to you.
I'm glad you're reading this.
Okay, you read it.
No, go ahead.
And Emir has left you $12.5 billion tax-free in his will. Thank you for mentioning
It's not
the
dollars,
tax
it's
thing.
euros, I think, but that's okay.
12.5 billion currency in his will. What are the first 5 things you do and why?
I am getting a upgrade on my apartment. I am also getting an upgrade on my car, but I am not getting rid of Blanca. No, these are my answers. I don't want judgments. Apartment, car, but I'm keeping Blanca. Blanca's never leaving me. I don't know how much private jets are, but I think I would like one. And then I'd live off the rest. That's it.
You picked 3 things. He asked for 5.
Yeah, but I would just live off the rest.
You didn't even say where you would go, right? You wouldn't say like, I'm going to buy a mansion. I'm going to get a penthouse. No, you went
because I have to think through these things. I can't put this out in the universe because if it happens, then I wished for the wrong thing.
Number 1, I'm buying the Miami Heat. Easy. Super easy. I'm buying the team.
You're going to own a basketball team, Mr. Michael?
I just got 12.5 billion currency. Okay, I don't know what currency that is, but I'm pretty sure I can buy this. I'm pretty sure I can buy the Heat.
Ricky's confirmed. Thank you.
Okay, yours. I'm buying the Heat, right? There's 1. Number 2, I'm buying an entire apartment building in downtown Miami, and it's just mine. The whole thing.
Are you renting it out for...
Nope, I own the building, and no one's living there but me. So when I walk in through the front door, I'm the only person.
I'm not very good with passive income, but that seems like a missed opportunity.
I don't need the income. I've got 12.5 billion currency, right? So I'm going to keep calling it currency just to stand Ricky. Number 3, what else am I doing? I'm paying enough money to star in my own Fast and Furious remake.
You're just taking my dream. Can I co-star with you?
No shot.
You see our dynamic? I'm nice to him and he bullies me. It's okay.
I am then taking the other. What am I doing with the other ones? I got one. 4. I'm going to buy the Bulls and then shut them down. Just shut it down.
That doesn't bother me. I don't know why you think I'm like standing for the Bulls.
And then I'd buy myself a new Lexus every year for the next, like, however long I'm alive.
You just stick with the same car over and over again?
Yeah, and every year when the new one comes out, I'm buying it again. I'm not even selling the other one. I'm putting it in a garage. No, I'm donating the other one, actually. Tax refund or something.
I still like my answers better.
Your answers gave nothing, in my opinion. All right, but that was the episode. Wow, we talked for a while. Well, I talked for a while. But 53 minutes. Allana, what have you got to say to the people before we go?
Here is to the Heat winning their next few because I cannot stand a play-in and I don't know if we'll make it out alive. So just send out all the positive vibes you can because I don't want none of that.
All right, next 3 are against Minnesota and Boston twice. What is their record after 3 games?
2-1.
They're 2-1. What is the loss? The Celtics?
We're splitting one with the Celtics, yeah.
Okay. I actually have a pretty good feeling about this team. I'm gonna say they're gonna go 3-0. And I'm not capping right now, right? Like I genuinely believe that.
You just wanted to use that phrase.
No, I'm being serious. I think
Michael's
Jimmy's gonna come back.
Phrase is no cap. No cap, Michael. That's what I'm gonna call you from now on.
Ariel says they're gonna go 0-4 in 3 games. They're somehow going 0-4 in 3 games. Love it.
We're going back.
Krista says no play-ins. I don't want the Heat to go into the play-ins either, but I still think it's a decent idea. Ricky says we won't be going to the play-in.
I love
buy a jetpack for Blanca. There's a lot. I just think they'll go 3-0.
That's not a bad idea. Turning Blanca into a Fast and Furious like mobile, since I'm gonna have a new everyday car.
Yeah, bad times. I'm going to say they're going to go 3-0. You say 2-1. We will be talking about it Well, actually, we only get to talk about the first 2 games. We record Monday nights, and they play the Celtics on a Tuesday.
I think you're missing a promo. Clutch Corner is back tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern time. We are super pumped. We took, I think, a week off, but the gang's all back tomorrow night.
The gang is all back tomorrow night. Noelle, if I had $12.5 billion euros, I would buy you a house.
You won't let me be in a Fast and Furious movie, but you'll buy him a house.
Well, Noelle's actually donated to the stream.
Okay, I see how it is now.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you to Christian Cardus, who donated, Twisted, who donated, Noelle, who donated, and the rest of you that didn't donate. It's fine. Thank you very much for being here. This is our first live stream, Allana and I, for Feel the Heat. We're going to do one of these.
Going once a month. Sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good. I was going to let you do yours.
Okay, yeah, no, we're live streaming once a month for now, but we record a pod every week, so you have new episodes weekly. Like Michael said, the last one dropped yesterday, so you can find that on our Twitters.
No shot. I win. I don't have to wrap.
No,
I said $50.
No,
this is $49.
It doesn't matter if you combine it with the rest of Adam, donate $1 more. I'll Venmo you.
I'll do it. He doesn't have to do it. It's fine. He doesn't have to do it. It's fine. I appreciate
so
the dono, Adam. I also hate you so much for doing this. Allana, you're gonna have to help me pick a song because I think this is gonna go very poorly. I'm not excited for the ridicule.
This is gonna be the highlight of my life.
Can I keep it to like a verse instead of the whole song?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah.
And let's not pick anything too difficult. Adam, really hate that. But really appreciate you guys watching. Allana, say bye to the people. They're here for you.
But there, Adam hit with the 99 cent. Gotcha. Clutch Corner doing Clutch Corner things. We'll see you all tomorrow night. Thank you so much for watching, and check us out on Twitter and Instagram.
Peace out. No plans.